Hello, gorgeous soul friends. Welcome to my channel, Madame DeVaux. Thank you so much for tuning in and for allowing me into your wondrous earth experience today. The concept of God has been thrown around in many religious, scientific, and philosophical circles, and it's still regarded as one of humanity's biggest questions. There's this massive debate on whether or not God even exists, but my question to those who deny any sort of existence of a higher power is, why would this concept not only exist, but transcend the test of time? Because when you think about truth and the variables that contribute to it, time is a massive variable that contributes to what determines truth. So the fact that this idea of a higher power has been present within every single human civilization throughout time, even societies that were highly advanced scientifically, like the Egyptians, still believed in an afterlife and a higher power and all of these spiritual so-called pseudo concepts. Like, why would this idea of a higher power exist if there wasn't at least something there? Even if that something is so far removed from what most institutions have beat into us over the centuries, I think people are just so quick to dismiss shit as being fake because they can't wrap their head around it. And it's just easier to be like, oh, well, it doesn't exist. You know, I can't understand it, so that must mean it doesn't exist. This video is going to be dedicated to my fractal understanding of what God is based on my exploration of various historical, scientific, spiritual, and philosophical ideologies. I'm not claiming I have it all figured out. I'm simply offering a perspective that blends all of these elements into one, since I believe there's a little bit of truth in everything. I talk a little bit about God in my life force energy video, and I basically explain that God is essentially a timeless sentience that we can derive wisdom and information from. It's simply an essence of pure intelligence, and even though it is originally formless, it's manifested itself as the various gods and goddesses across cultures throughout our known history. It also manifests itself as you and I, which is why these gods and goddesses in mythology even exist. They're archetypal representations of your psyche. So to put it simply, the higher power isn't something that's outside of you. You are a manifestation of it. Our existence is the form that God takes on in order to experience itself as a sentient being. Indigenous groups that adhere to an animistic ideology have preserved this concept the most. A movie that portrays this idea really well is James Cameron's Avatar. The Na'vi worship a deity that they call Awa, which is a formless feminine essence that exists within all life on Pandora. And the Force in Star Wars is also a representation of this same God Force, with the Jedi representing those who can access higher ability through training with this God Force. With the development of organized religion, people lost sight of the truth and began to attach themselves to the identity of these God and Goddess archetypes. And that attachment has influenced most wars and much of humanity's suffering throughout history. It's even in the Bible, thou shalt not worship false idols. False idols being anything that is external to the God force that flows within you and within all living things. It's honestly no wonder there's such a massive disdain towards all things deemed spiritual. This lack of awareness of the bigger picture has created so much trauma that we're now kind of tipping on the other end of the extreme. When all religions are technically right and wrong in their own regard, fighting each other about the same source sentience, they're kind of in violent agreement, because different religions are just varying lenses of perceiving the same whole truth. Because God is something that is so complex and limitless, it can't be boxed into one single branch of understanding. Even this video is simply another lens for the whole of this concept, because our modern methods of understanding spiritual information are so limited, it's impossible for us to even conceptualize the limitless nature of God. I don't even think we're meant to be completely honest. But to put it in layman's, God is everything. And because God is everything, God is you. You are the God of your own subjective reality. And what do I mean by this? I mean we're living in a multiverse. A multiverse so vast that every single human being is experiencing its own fractal multiverse subjectively. Millions upon millions, infinite individual timelines where you're engaging in every single experience you can think of and more. You exist within all of these timelines simultaneously. Everyone else in your reality is simply a reflection of you. And the kinds of people you attract into your life are varying reflections of your psyche. The same way gods and goddesses in literature are representations of varying aspects of you, the God force manifests itself as different people in your life to do the same thing. All is one, all is mind. Everything that you are experiencing is a simulated illusion created by your body's central processing unit. your nervous system. And I talk about this in every single video. I stress that the nervous system is simply the computer that allows us to experience the simulation. I talk about that in every single video. God is the force of energy that animates you, the force that gives you awareness. And practices have been designed to worship this God force. Yoga, conscious breathing, and meditation are some of the ways to not only honor, but move this force throughout your body in order to promote health and longevity. And it's commonly known as prana by the yogis and chi in Chinese medicine. And I talk about this in my Life Force Energy video. I'll link it down in the description box below. You can learn more about what I'm talking about there. But at the end of the day, God is a force that promotes life and awareness. That's it. It doesn't fucking matter what you worship because it's all the same thing, just different manifested versions of the same base force. So let's just stop fighting about it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the Facebook group if you're interested in developing your psychic abilities, ESP, astral projection, telepathy, manifestation, all of that good stuff. You can join my Facebook group down below. And if you want a little extra hand-holding with developing your ESP, I do have psychic coaching on my website, so you can check that out whenever you have some free time. Also, check out my affirmation tapes, guys, my custom affirmation tapes. You fill out a questionnaire, and I cater your nightly affirmation tapes to you. I currently have a sale going on. If you sign up with your email on my website, you will get 20% off your affirmation tape. It's so wonderful to be present with you guys, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.